Today, we are diving deep into one of humanity's oldest and most profound philosophical texts. We're venturing into what you could call a vast, ancient ecosystem of ideas, the Brihadaranyaka Upanishad.
So let's just jump right in. We're starting with a prayer that really captures the entire spiritual journey at the heart of this text. You see, it's this plea to move from the temporary and illusory to the eternal and true, from ignorance to genuine enlightenment. That's where we're headed. And this text, well, it's our map.
And get this, the name itself tells you everything you need to know. Brihad means great or vast. Aranyaka means of the forest. And Upanishad means to sit down near someone and receive a secret teaching. So we're literally entering a great forest of knowledge. This is a foundational text from pre-Buddhist India, and it marks a huge shift in thinking, moving away from just, external rituals and turning the focus inward towards self-realization.
And this brings us to the big one, right? The question at the heart of it all. What is the true nature of everything, and where do you and I actually fit into the grand scheme of things? The whole text is a deep dive into the identity of our individual self, the Atman, and how it relates to the universal absolute, which is called Brahman.
So how do you even begin to navigate a forest of ideas this big? Well, lucky for us, the text actually gives us a roadmap. The whole journey is broken down into 3 clear stages, or khandas, and each one has its own unique way of getting closer to the truth.
Okay, so what we're looking at here is basically a complete spiritual curriculum. It's so cool. First, in the Madhukanda, the truth is sort of revealed to you. Then, in the Munikanda, you use your own mind, logic, and reason to prove it to yourself. And finally, in the Kilakanda, you learn how to meditate on it and actually live it. It's this incredible path from hearing the truth to really knowing it in your head, and finally, to being it in your very soul.
All right, let's start our journey. First up, the Madhukanda. And it kicks off with a really revolutionary idea. It takes the most famous ritual of the time and just flips it completely on its head.
So instead of a literal physical sacrifice, the text says, hold on, meditate on the entire cosmos as if it were the horse. The dawn is its head, the sun is its eye, the wind is its breath. The real power isn't in some external act, but in the internal knowledge, this profound realization that connects your individual self to the entire universe.
And this idea flows perfectly into the core teaching of this whole section, the Madhu Vidya, or the honey doctrine. Just listen to that line. It's so simple and so beautiful. And the text repeats this same idea for water, fire, wind, the sun, everything.
Now, it's so important to get this. This isn't just pretty poetry. This is a massive metaphysical statement. The earth sustains us, and in turn, we sustain the earth. Everything is connected in this incredible web where we all nourish each other. Reality isn't a bunch of separate things. It's one single, seamless unity.
Okay, so we've got this foundation of unity, this idea that everything is connected. Now the scene shifts. We're entering the royal court of King Janaka, and let me tell you, a high-stakes intellectual showdown is about to go down.
1,000. That's how many cows are up for grabs. And we're not talking just any cows here. Each one has 10 gold pieces tied to its horns, and it's all for the wisest sage in the land. While this sage, named Yajnavalkya, walks in, and with total confidence, before the debate even starts, he just tells his student, "Go on, drive the cows home."
You can imagine the whole room is just outraged by his sheer nerve. One by one, they start to challenge him. And then the brilliant philosopher Gargi Vachaknavi steps up. She starts asking what each layer of reality is woven on, and she is relentless, pushing him back layer by layer, trying to find the bedrock of all reality, until she asks about the world of Brahman itself.
And right there, Yajnavalkya stops her. But, and this is key, he's not just shutting her down. He's making a critical point about the limits of our own logic. The absolute, the ultimate reality, it can't be just another link in the chain. It can't be woven on something else, because, well, then that other thing would be the ultimate reality, right? You can't just reason your way to it like it's an object.
But Gargi? Oh, she is not done. No way. She comes back later and hits him with the ultimate question, pushing past all the physical worlds into the very fabric of existence. Basically, she's asking what holds up space itself.
And Yajnavalkya's answer is, well, it's a concept that's almost beyond words. He calls it akshara, the imperishable, the uncaused cause. But since it has no qualities our minds can grab onto, the only way he can describe it is by telling her everything that it is not.
This right here is the famous, brilliant method called niti-niti, which literally means not this, not this. You define the absolute by stripping away every single quality you can think of. It's not big, it's not small, it has no taste, no smell, no inside, no outside. So what's left when you negate everything you could possibly perceive? Pure, unconditioned reality itself.
And he's not done. In another amazing debate, someone asks him how many gods there are, and he just masterfully breaks it down. He starts with the thousands of forces in nature, reduces them to the main 33 gods, then to 6, then 3, and finally, all the way down to just 1. The single ultimate reality, Brahman. He shows that all those different gods are just different faces of the One.
Then, the whole thing gets incredibly personal. In a conversation with his wife, Maitreyi, he tackles the real nature of love, and what he reveals is incredible. He says we don't really love another person or money or anything else for its own sake. We love them because they are a reflection of the universal self, the Atman, that shines within us all. All love, in the end, is love of that one universal self.
Okay, so you have this mind-blowing realization that everything is one. What now? How are you actually supposed to live? Well, after all that heady philosophy, the text gives us a wonderfully simple, powerful guide for how to act.
The story goes that the creator speaks just one syllable, Da, and it sounds like a clap of thunder. The gods, who tend to be a bit unruly, they hear Damyata, control yourselves. Humans, who can be greedy, hear Datta, give. And the demons, who are often cruel, hear Deyajvam, be compassionate. It's a whole universal code of ethics in just one sound: restraint, charity, and compassion.
So this whole journey we've been on, from meditating on the cosmos, to these intense philosophical debates, to the ethics of thunder, it's all been building to this, to one of the most powerful, most world-changing statements ever uttered.
Aham Brahmasmi, I am Brahman. This is the great declaration, the ultimate takeaway of the Brihadaranyaka Upanishad. It's the assertion that your individual self, your deepest core consciousness, is not just a part of, but is absolutely identical to, the ultimate reality of the entire universe.
But what does that really mean? I mean, really. It's so profound that philosophers have been debating it for centuries. The non-dualist school of Shankara says, yep, it's literal. You are the absolute. But the dualist school of Madhva says, whoa, not so fast. The Supreme Lord is within you, but you are not Him. And the fact that people are still passionately debating this today just shows you this ancient text is not a museum piece. It is alive.
And that's the real magic of it. In the end, the Brihadaranyaka Upanishad doesn't just hand you all the answers on a plate. It leaves you with the ultimate question. It shifts your focus away from the great forest of the outside world, away from the text itself, and points you right back at the infinite universe waiting to be discovered inside of you. What does it truly mean to know yourself?